So my bobber just started changing directions and going the other way and bobbing, which to me either means there's a fish in its mouth and it's just kind of holding on to it, or my bait is freaking out because there's a big fish nearby. I'm gonna give it a minute. If the fish already has eaten the bait, I want to give it a minute to get the bait in its mouth and not just holding on to it. And in case it hasn't eaten the bait, I'm gonna just sit and watch this bobber for a minute. If I don't see any movement within the next 60 seconds or so, I'm probably gonna try and set the hook. See, it's doing it again. It's bobbing real hard, and it just changed directions and started moving the other direction. I'm pretty sure I've got a fish on there. The worst thing you can do is set the hook too soon, though. So this is how you know you've got a really reluctant bite. If you take a look at the side of this shiner here, you can see it's chewed up. It means the fish had it in its mouth but never ate it. That's what happens a lot of time fishing in the winter. They might bite it, hold on to it, or play with it, but not actually swallow it or try to eat it. We'll try again. Oh, my bobber just dropped. Fish on. I think it might be a walleye. I just lost that little fish. It was a pike, a small pike, but I'm going to toss this back out and do it again. I actually thought that one was a walleye because it was pretty small and it wasn't really head shaking hard like a pike normally does, but it was just a pike about yay big. Okay, that time the fish actually took the bait and took off running with it. I watched the bobber drop, or I looked and I said, oh, it's gone all of a sudden, and then I could see my line moving. So he took it and took off with it, but I lost him right at the bank while I was loosening my bail to grab the net and grab him because I couldn't quite reach him without letting out some slack. But he was hooked right in just the edge of the mouth, and the shiner was actually hanging out of the side of its mouth. So he didn't really have it in his mouth. I could have waited longer, but he was running with it, so at that point you might as well just set the hook. So the other thing I'm doing, when I'm casting this shiner out, I'm throwing it kind of upriver from my hole, and then while it's drifting, I make a few casts downriver with a suspending jerkbait, and I'll get 2 or 3 casts before the bobber starts drifting into that sweet spot, and then I'll start working the upstream side of the bobber with the jerkbait. Every once in a while I get a fish and get tangled up because I got 2 lines out, but usually it's not a problem. Usually I can see my bobber starting to do something and I'll reel this one in and get it out of the way before things get too crazy. I haven't gotten a bite on this yet, so I'm going to change colors in a minute, but I'm going to make a few more casts first. Starting to get suspicious about this bobber. It was drifting with the current. Now it's kind of moving out towards deeper water, but really slowly and subtly. Not 100% convinced, but I'm pretty sure a fish is playing with it. Now the bobber's moving upriver. Which is a good sign that there's a fish. Driving me nuts. I can see it continuing to move in the opposite direction of the current. It's not even bobbing or anything though. I think the bobbing is more characteristic of when the minnow sees the predator and starts freaking out and trying to swim away, and you see your bobber start doing this. If it's been moving in one direction and starts moving in a different direction, that could be the minnow swimming, but is more likely a fish that has it in its mouth and is just kind of slowly cruising, holding on to it. I'm going to keep casting with my other rod and watching that. Actually, I'm going to try and set the hook. First thing I always do is I reel up the slack as much as I can without creating a disturbance on the bobber, and then I'm going to set the hook. So, I didn't even set the hook that hard, but it all came launching right back at me into this stupid bush. And, I think I had a fish with the minnow in its mouth. The minnow didn't come back with the rest of the rig, so I think I ripped the bait right off the hook. The fish got to keep the bait, and hopefully I don't have to retie all of this, because that takes a while. And I've only got about 30 minutes before I gotta go to work. Not exactly what I'd call a success, considering I lost the only fish I hooked up with. But I had some bites, so that was good. I'll get this one out of your way. Okay, just keep it tight. Hold on, slow down, slow down. I'm gonna come over there. I'm caught in between. Hold on, hold on, slow down. I'm stuck in between this rock. That's a nice fish, Owen. Okay, okay. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Bring him over this way so I can net him. Okay, don't step on my rod there in front of you. Oh, this ice. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, just hold him there. I'm gonna try and break the ice. There you go. There we go. He's alive. Oh yeah. Okay, hang on to him. We're almost there now. Okay. You got him.
Oh, my arm. So bad.
Nice work, dude. You got your first pike.
That's my first. Can I keep doing that until I release him?
Yep. Wow.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold that to you.
Okay, go ahead and set your rod down.
Oh, my arm. Oh, my arm.
That's what happens when you fight a big fish. Here, come get a picture with it.
Okay, I'll hold it up.
You gonna hold the net up?
Yeah. Oh, my arm.
Hold on, let me get my camera.
Look. Oh.
Nice work, dude. Let me get a little closer in here. Get it.
I can barely lift him. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Now lure him.
Yep, we'll unhook him. Go ahead and hold that net right there for a second.
Here?
Lower, so he's on the ground there.
So he feels comfortable.
Yep, go ahead, now drop it down here.
Okay, it's dropped.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna stick my fingers inside here. And see this spot here?
Yeah.
That way I can make him open his mouth up.
Okay, that's good.
That hook's down in there really far. So I might just cut it out. Yeah, he swallowed that one real good.
Oh, he has ice in him?
Yeah, he's got a chunk, probably got a chomp full of ice when he was up on the edge there.
That's what you get, fishy.
I'm gonna untangle this bit. And then I'm gonna cut it off right here.
I really took it to the fish. Can I release him by lowering the net
Hold on,
down there?
I got this other hook stuck in here. Okay, hold on, okay. Yep.
I'll lower it down in there.
Okay, don't fall in there because it's really muddy.
Can you help me down there?
Yeah, let me get down there first.
Help me down there and then I'll let him go.
It's gonna be, I wouldn't try and come down here if I were you.
Come on.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get him in the water though.
Can I release him though?
Yep. Just give him a second to breathe here.
Okay.
You in a good spot?
Yeah.
Okay, let's crouch down low.
Now I'll
Get him up over this chunk of ice here.
yeah, and then
Move the handle back so that you can get in there. There you go.
then let the net go down, and then
Get this part so his face is out.
and then oh, I'm holding onto the net, and then I'm doing this part
Okay.
because I know what to do.
There we go. He should
There you
be
go. You just go bye, fishy.
good.
Right first.
Nice work, Owen.
Right first.
How does it feel to catch your first pike?
Great. And my arm hurts super bad.
Yeah, they make you use your arm muscles good.
Can you hold this for a minute?
All right, success. Owen got his first pike. Let's see if we can get another one. Look at the stick. Oh, that's a fish. goodness, I caught a little baby gar. I actually tail hooked him. Wiggly little creature. That cool spotted tail. Kind of pike-like on that end. Very unique looking on this end. Here's a gar that I just caught. Second gar I've ever caught. Little one. Show you these teeth. See if I can get him to open his mouth. Nope. Gar. Hopefully I can get a good shot at that. Let me get him back in the water here. Released here. That was cool. Second time I've caught a gar. Pretty neat to see.